Hey there booktube, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to tell you about the books that I'm planning to read in November. I already posted 2 TBR videos. The first one was for Lalathon, which is the readathon hosted by Books and Lala for the first 9 days in November. And I already told you those 3 books that I'm reading. That is Celeste Ng's Little Fires Everywhere, The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, and The Dinner by Herman Koch. And those are the 3 books that I'm reading in those first 9 days because I want to participate in a readathon hosted by one of my favorite booktubers. If she posts a readathon and asks people to help her read or reread, in her case, her favorite books, then I want to join because I love supporting her channel. I also posted a Nonfiction November TBR because Nonfiction November is the month-long nonfiction readathon hosted by A Book Olive and Nonfic Books, and it challenges readers to get into a little bit more nonfiction than you usually read. And while I used to read a lot of nonfiction the last few months, I really haven't. And so I have a lot of books that I have on my radar for Nonfiction November. And I mentioned some of these in my Nonfiction November TBR. I think I might have mentioned them all. I have The Swerve by Stephen Greenblatt, The Fallout by Peter Watson, Hillbilly Elegy by J.D. Vance, One Person No Vote by Carol Anderson, The Opposite of Loneliness by Marina Keegan, Hampton Sides, Hellhound on His Trail. I have Mouse by Art Spiegelman, which is a memoir and graphic novel, Pulitzer Prize winning graphic novel, because I'm not a big fan of graphic novels, but if it won the Pulitzer Prize, then, you know, I want to read it. And I also have Svetlana Alexievich's Secondhand Time, The Last of the Soviets. And so those are books that I already mentioned in my Nonfiction November TBR. So I'll link that down below. If you haven't watched it, then you want to hear a little bit more about why I chose these books, then maybe go ahead and watch that video. And while I'm really excited to participate in those reading challenges, I also have my own reading goals for the year. One of the goals that I set for myself earlier this year was to read all the books that won the Man Booker Prize in its 50-year history. And I haven't made the best of progress with that goal, and I'm still reaching towards it. So I have these books that are on my list. These are all Booker Prize winning novels that I have on my shelves that I'd like to get to sometime soon. I have to get to them either in November or December in order to meet my goal to read all the books by the end of the year. And so I'd like to read as many of them as possible in November so that in December I'm not scrabbling to read all the books that I still have left to read in a very short period of time. So I have G by John Berger, I have Rites of Passage by William Golding, I have The Old Devils by Kingsley Amis, Nadine Gordimer's The Conservationist, Pat Barker's The Ghost Road, and The Sea by Iris Murdoch. All of these are Man Booker Prize winning novels that I'd like to read, I'd like to try to read in November. Even though that sounds like a lot, already that's probably more books than I could probably read in a month. But I still also have some ARCs that I got from NetGalley, books that are going to be published in the upcoming future, books that are being released in November or December that I promised to read and review on my blog before their publication dates. And so I'm going to try to read at least a few of the ARCs that I have downloaded that are being published in the next few weeks. So I have The Frolic of Beasts by Yukio Mishima. I have The Adults by Carolyn Hulse. I have Quantum Convention by Eric Schlick. I have On Magnolia Lane by Denise Hunter. All of these are books that are going to be published pretty soon, and I want to read them and get a review up on my blog before their publication date. So there's that. I also have the 3 books that I wanted to read in September and didn't get to them, wanted to read in October and didn't get to them, and still have them on my TBR, and they are these 3 books: The Lowland by Jhumpa Lahiri, and The Court Dancer and The Girl Who Wrote Loneliness, both by Kyung Suk Shin, and I'd really love to get those read pretty soon. If I don't read these books in November, I'm just going to take them back to the library and take them off my TBR list, because if I haven't managed to read them in 3 months, then there's something wrong and I should just quit. But I can't quit because I have all these books that I want to read. So this is my November TBR. I know it's ambitious. I don't expect that I'll be able to read all the books that I talked about here, but I would like to read at least some of them so that at the end of the month, when I do my revisiting my TBR video, which I did at the end of October. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, I'll link it down below so you can go check out how my reading actually matched up with the goals that I set at the beginning of the month. So I'd like to do that again, and I'd like to be more successful this time. So here's hoping for a great reading month for me and for you as well. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you posted a video with your November TBR. I'll link it down below so I can go and watch it. Or tell me the book that you're reading in November that you're most excited about. What book are you reading that you're looking forward to reading? The book that you'll probably finish, even if you don't finish anything else for the month. So we'll talk in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll talk down there. So until next time, happy reading. Bye.